What's going on, guys? My name is Jake and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are here for the finale of the Iceman returns on F1 2012. So today we have the US Grand Prix and the Brazilian Grand Prix. First of all, we are at the US, and Roman Grosjean qualified in 13th, Sebastian Vettel on pole, and Kimi Raikkonen in 8th. So Grosjean not in the best qualifying, but now we have 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go, and you can see Kimi gets a very good start actually. And he uses some of his curves, and he's actually making a lot of places up already. And now breaking into the first corner, he goes up the inside and moves up into 5th place. And Maldonado is now on his outside. Raikkonen has a better line and moves up into 4th place. And at the moment, I believe it's Hamilton leading from Vettel and then Perez, but now it's Raikkonen up into 3rd as he took a very audacious line and got past Perez. And now it looks like Raikkonen is not going to line up a pass on Vettel, and he's losing a bit of time there, but then he gains back some amount of time coming down here, and Hamilton looks like has got the lead already all set down as Raikkonen locks up his right front, but Hamilton's run wide, and that lets Vettel up into the lead and Hamilton and Raikkonen through, and so Hamilton's lost a heap of time, and then the other flag, so Raikkonen has to back off, but now he's using the rest of his curves again and has got a run on Sebastian Vettel, and he pulls out to the outside and just breezes past the German and moves up into the lead of the US Grand Prix, and now he just has to control his Grand Prix. Of course he did win last race at Abu Dhabi, and now on to lap 7, Raikkonen extended his first stint by 1 lap, and now he's coming into the pits to fit onto the prime tyres. As the tyres felt okay, and he's pitting in from the lead, and Sergio Perez follows him in, but you can see there's basically nobody in the pit lane. Mercedes are out, and then Lotus are out, so the teams further back, the first 3 teams obviously pitted on lap 6, as now Raikkonen comes out. It's a 3.5 second pit stop, so have gone the prime tyres and back up to stand mix, and it's like Raikkonen should rejoin in the lead, and he's but coming to the first corner he takes a bit too much speed and runs wide and into the gravel, and to come back on track it's going to be interesting to see if he keeps the lead, and he actually does keep the lead from Sebastian Vettel now in 2nd. So Raikkonen has held the lead still, surprisingly, and on lap 8 you can see that come through the hairpin onto the very long straight, and he goes up into the rich mix and uses his curves to try and defend from Sebastian Vettel, but Vettel has DRS and he probably has some curves. He breezes past Raikkonen using the DRS, and now coming up to this corner, Raikkonen goes up the inside and he actually hits the apex first and gets a good exit and moves back up into the lead ahead of Sebastian Vettel. And in 3rd now is actually Kimi Raikkonen, as now we're coming on to the final lap of the race. Kimi Raikkonen takes his 5th win of the season and his 2nd win in a row here in Austin, Texas. He gained 7 places from where he started and did a very good job to win already 5 races this season. And here are the race results. Kimi Raikkonen won the race with Sebastian Vettel in 2nd, Sergio Perez in 3rd, ahead of his teammate Kimi Kobayashi in 4th. Of course, Sergio Perez joining McLaren next season, as those Hamilton's departed to Mercedes and Michael Schumacher is retiring. Speaking of Michael Schumacher finished in 5th and 6th is Fernando Alonso, 7th Nico Rosberg, 8th Bruno Senna, 9th Roman Grosjean, and 10th is Paul di Resta. Aston Maldonado just missed out on the points, and there you see Lewis Hamilton finished down in 12th after starting 2nd with good. I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. And then behind Hamilton is Jenson finishing in 13th after starting 3rd, so not quite sure what happened to him. And then you can see Felipe Massa also not having a good Grand Prix, finishing down 17th, and Mark Webber again having a good Grand Prix, finishing down 19th. And onto the drivers' standings, you can see Lewis Hamilton is now the drivers' world champion. Nobody can overtake him. Jenson Button is in 2nd, but Kimi Raikkonen is now 4 points behind Button and has a good chance of taking 2nd, with Fernando Alonso in 4th, Mark Webber in 5th, Sebastian Vettel in 6th, 7th is Roman Grosjean with Sergio Perez in 8th, and rounding out the top 10 in the 2 Mercedes of Michael Schumacher and Nico Rosberg. On to constructors' standings, of course we already know McLaren are the constructors' champions, but Lotus are still in 2nd with Red Bull in 3rd, Ferrari in 4th, Mercedes in 5th, 6th is Sauber, 7th is Williams, 8th is Force India, and 9th is Toro Rosso. Teams yet to score are Marussia, KTM and HRT. But that's been it for the US Grand Prix. Now let's go on to Brazil. So here we are for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and you can see Fernando Alonso qualifying the pole, and Kimi Raikkonen qualified in 3rd, and then Raikkonen's teammate Roman Grosjean qualified in 7th place for this Grand Prix. So it's Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel all just ahead of Kimi Raikkonen and everyone else. And now you can see we're revving up to 5 lights for the final time in 2012. It's lights out and away we go. And Raikkonen gets a very good start. He's already got past Vettel and coming up into first corner, uses some of his curves and now breaks down to 2nd gear, tapping Fernando Alonso. But nevertheless, he's moved up into the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix for the final time in 2012. Of course, it's a final race. And now, as we are moving on to lap 6, Raikkonen, now you can see it, not coming on to lap 7 actually. He actually makes a mistake and runs wide and runs onto the grass. And as he rejoins the track, Jenson Button is right there. And Jenson Button has actually moved up into the lead, and now Raikkonen is on the inside, and he doesn't use any curves, even though Jenson Button does DRS, and Raikkonen moves up into the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix once again. And what happens to Sebastian Vettel is Sebastian Vettel actually spun a few laps earlier, as now we are coming on to lap 9, and Raikkonen extended his first stint again by 1 lap like he did last race in Austin, Texas, and he is now pulling into the pit box and on go the prime tyres, the medium tyres for this weekend, and it's 3.8 second pit stop, and it looks like Kimi Raikkonen is going to rejoin back to the race in the lead. He pitted from the lead, it looks like he's going to rejoin once again in the lead of this Grand Prix. Bruno Senna is in 3rd, but of course now it's all shuffling out, and it looks like Hamilton has jumped Jenson Button to get 2nd place. And now on to lap 11, you can see Raikkonen now comes across the line. He sets fast lap with a 1:13.897. Of course, he's pulling out a gap on Lewis Hamilton. It is 1.8 seconds now. And now on to lap 13, and now coming up into the end of lap 12, he sets another fast lap on a 1:13.424, and he's actually pulled out another 4/10 on Lewis Hamilton to extend his lead to 2.2 seconds. And now you can see confirmation that Raikkonen has set the fast lap of the Grand Prix. As now we come on to the final lap of the Grand Prix, and Raikkonen celebrates by skidding and actually taking off out of the strut wing to win his 6th Grand Prix of the season and the final Grand Prix of the season. So he's won the last 3 races of the season. So that gives Raikkonen great momentum, and Raikkonen and Lotus great momentum moving into the 2013 season. So there you can see Kimi Raikkonen won the race ahead of Lewis Hamilton, the new world champion Lewis Hamilton. Jenson Button finished in 3rd, with Fernando Alonso in 4th and Mark Webber in 5th. Michael Schumacher, who is retiring, finished in 6th, and Takuma Kobayashi and Felipe Massa in 7th and 8th. Then Roman Grosjean finished in 9th, and Nico Rosberg rounded up points for the rest, just missing out. So Lewis Hamilton obviously won the championship, but moving to Mercedes next season, and Michael Schumacher retiring. And you just saw that Sebastian Vettel finished down in 17th after he spun early on in the race. And now you can see the Drivers' Championship. Lewis Hamilton won the championship, with Kimi Raikkonen actually overhauling Jenson Button in the end to finish in 2nd, and Jenson Button finished in 3rd, with Fernando Alonso in 4th, Mark Webber in 5th, and the 2010 World Champion Sebastian Vettel finishing in 6th, and then Nico Rosberg finished in 10th. On the Constructors Championship, McLaren won that as well, and Lotus finished in 2nd ahead of Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, Sauber, Williams, Force India and Toro Rosso. And the teams that didn't score this season, unfortunately for them, were Mauritia, Cajun and HRT. But there you go, guys, that is the end of the first season of the Iceman Returns. I'll bring this back on F1 2013 after the hype for F1 2016 has died down a bit. But yeah, that is the end of the first season of the Iceman Returns. So now what is left for me to say is, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big like. If you love this series, then also please give this video a big like. Let me know down in the comments what you thought. Subscribe if you are new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter @perpetuated_. As always, there is a link to that down in the description. If you want to get a partner with Freedom, I highly recommend it. There is also a link to that down in the description. And all the music used in this video is also down in the description. But that has been it from me, and I will see you next time on F1 2016. Goodbye.
to hit.